Hi everyone! So for today's video, we're going to do a tutorial. I wanted to do something very editorial but very soft at the same time. So I decided to go for a half cut crease, and I also wanted to put some pastel shades. So we have some pink, we have some blues, we have some yellows. So yeah, if you want to see how I achieved this look, you can just keep on watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos every single day, so subscribe to not miss any content. And that's it, let's get started. Alright, so let's get started. So to begin, I'm going to use the Yves Rocher Pure Light Liquid Foundation. I'm using the shade Rose 100. And I'm just going to blend this all over my skin with a compact brush. This foundation doesn't really have a lot of coverage, but I do like to spot correct after with a high coverage concealer. So after, I'm going to use the Tarte Creaseless concealer. I got a little sample size at Sephora just to try it out, and I've been really liking it. The texture is really thick, so you really have to be careful with the quantity you're applying, but it does have a very nice coverage. So this I'm going to put under my eyes, on the center of my face, and I'm also going to use it to spot correct, so any blemishes I have. And I'm just going to use my concealer brush to blend this in. And with this concealer, I would recommend to set it with a powder. So right now I'm using the loose powder from Kat Von D. And I'm really making sure that my under eyes are set, because we are going to use a lot of color on the eyes, so I don't want any fallout. And I'm also going to put this all over my face. Next, I'm going to apply some Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm just going to blend this in with my fingers. I'm really making sure to blend this on the outer corners, and I'm also going to apply a little bit of white shadow on top just to set everything in place. And I'm also going to put a lot on the outer corners and inner corners, because we are going to put some color on top after, and I really want to make sure that the color shadow will blend nicely. Next, I'm going to grab the Nyx Brights palette, and I'm going to make a little cocktail of the purple and blue shade. And this with a small blending brush, I'm going to put this in my inner corners and really blend it out. I'm also going to use a bigger fluffy brush just to make sure that all the edges are blended. And I want a very light wash of color. I don't want anything too bright. I really just want to have a soft pastel look. So I'm really taking my time to blend everything in. Next, I'm going to take the Colourpop Poodle Shadow, but it was a little bit too pink for my liking. So instead I went in the NYX palette and took the purple shade. And I just blended it in my outer corners. I really want to extend the eye shape. I really want to take this very far on my outer V's. And I'm going to connect it a little bit with the blue. And next I'm taking the yellow shade from the same palette. And this I'm just going to put in my inner corners with a small blending brush. And I'm really going to pack the color in my inner corners until I have the intensity that I want. And I'm also going to put some of that blue we applied on our lid on my lower lashes. And this I'm really going to take far. I want the blue to be very smoked out. And just to be sure that everything is blended and as pastel as I want it, I'm going to take the same white shade from the Kat Von D palette and just make sure that everything is blended. I'm going to pass with a fluffy brush all over the colors we just applied. Next, I'm going to take some of that concealer and I'm going to cut the crease. So I'm going to do a half cut crease, and I'm going to take it quite far up because I really want to get a round cut crease, something very big. And you really just have to take your time with this. Next, I'm just going to put a little bit of translucent powder to set the concealer. And I'm going to trace out the crease with a white NYX pencil. So this is just their regular kohl pencils. And this I'm really going to cut out the crease we just did, but I'm also going to draw in my inner tear ducts. So I'm going to do a little triangle. I would recommend you to use maybe more of a liquid eyeliner. It might be easier to apply. Next, I'm going to use the same white eyeshadow, and I'm just going to pat this all over the kohl we just applied, just to make the white stronger. And I'm also going to put this in the center of my lid to make a kind of halo effect. And I'm also going to intensify the yellow, just to make sure that it's as bright as I want it. And next I'm going to pop on some mascara because we're going to put some fake lashes after. And I'm just using the Essence Volume Mascara. And for the lashes, I'm using the itslikely's Broken Lashes. I really wanted to use those today because they have some gaps between the lashes. So even when my eyes are open, we can still see the shadow. Next, I'm going to do my brows. So for the brows, I really want something very fluffy. So I'm really messy with my brow pencil. I'm really just filling the areas where I don't have hair, and I'm making them very intense. Next, I'm just using a brow gel. I'm using a sample size of the Anastasia brow gel, and I've been really liking it. And I'm really brushing my hairs up. Next, I'm going to grab my Hourglass Ghost Edit palette, and I'm going to grab the bronzer shade just to bronze up my temples, my cheeks, and I'm also going to put some on my neck and my nose. Next, we're going to use the Coral shade from the Itslikely blush palette, and I'm going to put this all over my cheeks, up to my nose. I really have been enjoying the blushy look lately. And I'm also going to grab the blush shade from the Natasha Denona palette, and I'm just going to top the blush we just applied. And in the same palette, I'm going to use the powder highlight and put this on the high points of my face, so my cheeks, my temples, a little bit on my nose, and on the Cupid's bow. I'm just adding a little bit more of that blue shade just to be sure that it's as smoky as I want it to. And then putting on some lipstick. I'm using the L'Oreal Rich Lipstick in the shade Fairest Nude. So this is the finished look. I hope you liked it. If you enjoyed today's video, you can leave a like. You can also subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos every day. So subscribe so that you never miss any videos. And yeah, I hope you have a very nice day, and I'll see you in the next one.